You see what I have to do? Huh? YouTube? I have to trick you with clickbait titles like you could learn this trick in 5 minutes. You could learn any trick in 5 minutes. But I have to lure you with the promise of a time constraint in order for you to watch this video? You should be ashamed of yourself, Susan Wojcinski. You could learn any magic trick in 5 minutes. It's not hard to do. We try to make it seem difficult so that you don't join our little fraternity. But the truth of the matter is that we're not so special. And here's a very simple trick that you could learn in less than 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes. You grab a deck of playing cards to make it well known to absolutely everybody in your nearby location that you have never seen a woman naked. And here's a trick, simple, shuffle deck. It's a deck that's shuffled, that's mixed. You don't need to have any particular setup in the deck. It's a truly shuffled deck. And the participant takes it in their own hand and they start dealing cards onto your hand. And you tell them, as a matter of fact, that they could actually mix the deck before the deal, so they can mix the cards if they want as they deal the cards in your hand. And whenever it feels right to them, they could stop dealing. So let's say they happen to stop dealing cards in your hand right here, and you're gonna have them peek at the card that they stopped at. In this case, the 9 of clubs. You put everything back in their hands and you have them hold the deck like this, just like this. And all you do is grab their hands. So this is great for you guys that want to have some manual contact. Maybe you want to grab a person, right? You've never felt the touch of another individual. Well, now you're doing it in the context of what is art, technically. So they have the deck of cards in their hands and you go, all right, let me just try to see if I could feel what your card is. Yes, yes, think of it. Think of your card, whether it's red or black. I got it. I got it. You didn't have to say anything. Think of the suit. Think of the suit of your card. This one's a little bit more difficult. Okay. All right. Beautiful. And you have them think of the value of their card. Think of the value. Yes. Whether it's a number, whether it's a court card. Think of the value. Wait, stop. You're thinking of that disgusting fetish of yours, which only you know what it is. Don't think of that. Think of the value. Thank you, please. Yes. I got it. And now you take the deck back from the participant, you spread through, and you immediately find one card and one card alone. And it's always their card. My friends, the key card trick. The key card trick. It's been around as long as anything. As long as cards have been around, the key card trick has been a thing. And this is just a simple way of using that principle to your advantage. Using a principle in a little different nuance to make it seem like you're getting the card, like you're getting the information from the participant. You don't know anything, you're lying, it's a bluff. Who knows, a little bluff like this starts in a card trick, and maybe you could one day find yourself bluffing your way into the Oval Office. Who knows, my friends? But you started the PigCake Magic Academy with $5 a month gets you 2 videos every single week going over card and coin stuff. You get access to over 1,000 videos already the moment you sign up. What? You don't get access to the new videos. You get access to everything. And you also get access to an additional 2 tutorials that I don't post anywhere else, bringing the grand total up to the 4 videos every single week that you get. What? I don't stop, my friends. I'm a never-ending train. And join the academy, get on the train, and learn some good magic. So here's all that's happening, my friends. Here is all that's happening. As you shuffle the deck, all you're doing is taking a peek as to what the top card is. That's it. So as you're talking to the participant saying, I'm gonna show you a trick here, but it's important that it's under test conditions, right? All I'm doing is I'm just peeking at what the bottom card is. So I know, for example, the bottom card is the 4 of diamonds. Now I need that card to get to the top of the deck. Oh man, that's difficult. How am I gonna get the bottom card to the top of the deck without the spectator or participant being aware of it? Simple, just do a shuffle. Look at this. So if I shuffle the cards like this, notice that card stays there on the bottom the entire time. So once I get to the last chunk of cards, I'm just gonna run the cards one by one until the last card, of which you guessed it, is the original bottom card. So now you know what the top card of the deck is, even though it looks like you've given the deck a fair shuffle. And if you want, you can even keep it on top with one of these shuffles. You see that? All I've done is that I've made sure that card just stays on top. Magic's not hard. It really isn't hard. Look at that. And that card stays on top of the deck. And I know what it is. I know that it's the 4 of diamonds. That's the important part of the trick. Now you're gonna hand the deck to the spectator, to the participant. You're gonna hand them the deck. And here you're gonna have them deal the cards face down one at a time in your hand. So they're going to start dealing the cards face down one at a time in your hand. And then you go, as a matter of fact, to make this extra fair, you could even shuffle the cards that are in your hand and you could deal the cards and stop at any point. So the spectator shuffles the cards in their hands. They think everything is fair and they continue dealing cards onto your hand. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter because they've already dealt you the 4 of diamonds, the card that you know. You know this card's location. You know this card's identity. And that's all that matters. Even though if you turn your head away, it doesn't matter if you're not looking, you know that the bottom card of this packet is the 4 of diamonds. And if you want, as you tell the spectator that they could shuffle the cards, this is when you could get your peek. So you could tell the spectator, as a matter of fact, you could shuffle your cards. And as I tell them this, look at that. Now I'm looking at the bottom card of my pile, and that's fine. I'm good. I have the knowledge that I need to make this trick work. So you could actually be looking away the entire time. You don't have to peek at any card. You could just give the deck straight on to the spectator. They could mix it, start dealing cards in your hand, and you tell them, as a matter of fact, you could mix the cards in your hand and stop whenever you want, and that's what you use to peek at the bottom card. That's an alternative. However, you could still use the initial method that I taught you in the beginning. So the spectator is going to be dealing cards in your hand, and they're going to stop whenever it is they want. And you're going to have them just take a little peek as to the card that they stopped at. In this case, it's the 3 of hearts. So they're thinking of the 3 of hearts. There's no way that you could potentially know this card. And that's true. That's true that you don't know what that card is. But you know what the bottom card of this pile is? You know that it's the 4 of diamonds. So when you take that pile and you place it on top of the cards in the spectator's hands, and you tell them to hold on to the cards like this, you know that their card is next to the 4 of diamonds. You don't need to know what their card is. As a matter of fact, you never know what their card is. It's a big old bluff. It's a lie. But you grab their hands and you go, all right, think of your card. We're going to do this piece by piece. Think of the color of your card. Think of it, whether it's red or black. Yes, that was easy. I got it. I'm lying. I don't know what the color of the card is. The only thing I know is that my card, the card that I have in mind, the 4 of diamonds, is next to, on top of their card. So think of the suit of your card. Think of the suit. Yes, I got it. All right, now think of the value. That's disgusting. Don't think of that. Nobody needs to know that you're doing that with your uncle. Okay? Only think of the value. And now you go, perfect, I got it. At this point, you take the deck back, and this is all you're going to do. You're going to run through the deck until you see your key card or the card that you remembered. In this case, that's the 4 of diamonds. So remember, I placed this card on top of a card that they had in their hands, which is the 3 of hearts. So I don't need to know what their card is. All I need to know is what my card is. And that's it. That tells me that the card next to it is going to be the 3 of hearts, which is their card, which is the card that I pull out and I go, for the first time, name your card. And if they go, well, you found it, you're the magic boy, you go, is this close? Is this close? You stupid idiot. Test me again and see what happens. Now, do keep in mind that because that card is next to their card, when the cards are in their hand, they could actually give the deck a cut. They could give the deck whole cuts. So straight cuts, as long as they're cutting completely, they could give as many as they want, and it's not going to interrupt those 2 cards being together. So no matter how many cuts they give it, you could always spread through and know that those 2 cards are going to be together. So you look for your card, and you know that the card next to it is going to be their card. In this case, the 3 of hearts. If by some chance you happen to see that your card is on the bottom, well, that lets you know that their card is directly on top of the deck. So that's just a little tidbit. If they happen to cut the cards and you ever see your card being directly on the bottom, you know that the immediate card, which is on top, is going to be their card each and every single time. Another way that you could reveal the card is, again, lying harder. Lying harder. So after you place the cards that were in your hand on top of the spectator's cards, after they've looked at their card, you could just simply take the cards back and go, you mixed these cards, you shuffled them. There's no way that I could know the identity of any one of these cards. I don't know which card, you even cut the cards after. So there's no way that I can know anything. And of course, in that action, all I've done is that I've just taken the opportunity to spread through the cards, look for my card, remember the card next to it, in this case, the 3 of hearts, close up the deck, and now I hand them the deck in their own hands. And here's the best part. You hand them the cards, have them place them in their own hands, and you go, I don't want to touch the cards at all. You shuffled, you mixed everything. So they're going to remember that you said that you never touched the cards, even though you did nothing but touch the cards. That's the wondrous thing about magic, my friends. It's all based on disgusting lies. And it's because of those lies that make magicians think that they're better than you. Because they have all these little sneaky techniques that they use to go inside of your minds. But now you're aware of these. And you could actually fool people too with this particular trick. And you learned it in less than 5 minutes. I know it took longer to explain that, right? But it's still something that you can learn in under 5 minutes. Technically, it's an easy principle. Hey, remember the card that's next to the card that the spectator picks? That's easy. I could explain that to you in under 5 seconds. Magicians aren't special. We're not special, and I'm here to prove that by showing you how easy it is, the things that we do. This is a very hard-hitting card trick, right? It's a very powerful one. It's a disguised method of using the key card trick. You're having them deal cards in your hand and mix the cards so everything looks like it's fair, and yet you still find their card, or you could still tell them the card that they're thinking of using mind reading or whatever. It's a lie. It's a farce. Next time you see a magician, I want you to yell, key card trick. Key card trick. No matter what they're doing, even if they take out little sponge ding-dongs, or they take out coins or cards, or God forbid rope for rope tricks, you go, key card trick. What you're doing is the key card trick. And they're going to be nervous. They're going to start shaking, and they might even leave the premises. So thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. I'm glad that we're here. We're all together. We're all one unit. So take that as you would. I'm going to go and drink some V8 green juice. I've been eating healthy for the past month and a half, ever since my little hernia scare, right? That stopped yesterday. That stopped this weekend, as a matter of fact, because I got demolished on Saturday. If you happen to be watching my pigcasts, you would know that every Sunday I stream. Approximately 1 o'clock Eastern Time in Pacific, I have a stream, a podcast dedicated to talking about various topics, either in the world, in the planet, topics that are related to magic, topics that aren't related to magic. It's a fun show. Come join it. Come join it live. I'm also going to stream on occasion, right? Playing some games here and there on the channel. Come join me as I play Minecraft and Doom. Right? Doom. Imagine, I'm playing a game from 1993, but it's still fun. We could have backs and forths. Right? So do that. Check it out.